Alrighty, welcome back, and in this video I'll just be briefly showing you guys how to get your Windows Service Update server up and running for your client computers. We've already gone in and set up the update service on one of our servers on the network. Now we're on our main domain controller, and we just need to go in and edit the group policy settings so that our client computers will know where to download their updates from, instead of going out on the internet and downloading it from Microsoft servers. So the first thing that we need to do, again, just go on to your domain controller server, go to your tools, and we're going to go down to our group policy management. Once we get this open, we need to create a new group policy object. So just go ahead and right click on that under our domain, create new, and we're going to name this one WSUS-desktops. Once you have that in there, just hit OK. And now we can see our new policy object's been created, and we need to go in and edit some of the settings. So what we need to do is just right click on that, hit edit. We need to go down to our policies under the computer configuration, go down to the administrative templates, and go down to our window components. And we need to browse down until we find the Windows Update. Just go ahead and click on that, and you'll see that we have some settings here we need to adjust. One of the things that we need to do is specify the intranet Microsoft Update Service location. Go ahead and open that. Make sure it's enabled. And what you need to do is point it to the server that you're going to be having that Windows Update server on. So let me just remember where my server is. And you'll just put it in this standard format here, your server name and the port number, the default port number. Once you enter that information, you can just go ahead and hit OK, save those settings. And next we'll need to go to enable client-side targeting. So we will need to go down here, double click that, make sure that it is enabled, and the target group name for this computer is just going to be desktop or desktops. Hit OK, and now we need to configure automatic updates. So we just need to find that, configure updates, automatic updates, hit enable. And we're just going to leave this at its default right now, number 3, auto download and notify for install. But you can change that if you'd like and set it up on a schedule. The default schedule is every day at 3 a.m. But I'm just going to leave it as the default right now at the auto download, notify, and install. So let's go ahead and hit OK on that. Okay, now that we have our group policy all set up, we can go ahead and exit out of this window here. And once we get back to our server manager, we'll want to go back to our tools tab. And now we need to go to our Active Directory, user, and computers, and we need to create a new organizational unit so that we can put all of our computer accounts so it'll know where to go. So go to your domain, right click, and we're going to create a new organizational unit, and we're going to name this one desktops. Hit OK, and we can see that it created it there. Okay, now you can see that we have our organizational unit desktops created there. So what we need to do now is just to move the computers that we want into that folder. So just click on your computers that you have on your domain, browse to the one that you want, and you can simply just take and drag and drop that into our new folder. It will give you a warning here. Just go ahead and ignore that, hit yes, and that moved that to our desktop folder now. Now that we got our user and our organizational unit desktops created, we've already got all the settings taken care of. We can go ahead and close out of the Active Directory, and we want to go back into our group policy management. Once this opens up, you'll see our organizational unit here. Just need to right click on that. We want to link an existing group policy object, and you're just going to find the Windows Server update service that we created earlier. Hit OK, and now that is linked to our group policy. So now we're pretty much done with our server. So now that we can go ahead and switch over to our client computer, and I will be back when I log into that machine. We already got our Windows 8 machine up and running here and on the network. What we want to do is take and log in to the domain with the user account that we just created. So we're just going to log in, and that's going to be my domains 411 dom1 local / and then your username, which was win8 user, and we want to use our password that we created, and that should be logging us into our domain right now. And I'll just let Windows do its thing right here, and then I'll come back when it's finished. Windows has finally loaded into the user profile, and we can see here just on the Windows 8 desktop. Just go ahead and click and go into the desktop, and what we're going to do is right click on the Start menu, go to the Systems tab. Once it brings up this tab, let's go to Windows Update, and we're just going to check and make sure the settings have been applied. As you can see here, the settings that we made, where it sets to automatically download updates is set, and you receive the updates. It's managed by the system administrator. And if you try to change the settings, everything is grayed out. You're not able to make any changes. So our Windows Update server has been successfully installed, and users have been applied to it. So that pretty much does it for this video, and so I'll see you guys in the next one.